And welcome to newmediaphotographer.com. I'm Rosh Sillers, your host, and today we have a desktop movie or video on Twitter. And I know many of you already know all about Twitter, but I think it's healthy to share how I go through Twitter, as well as it's healthy for me to seek out how other people use Twitter. And so just another opinion, another way of looking at Twitter. Maybe you view Twitter the same way I do, but not everybody does. And a lot of it has to do with how many people you're following. If you are only following a few selected people, you're probably just using Twitter for chat. And I generally don't think of Twitter as a chat client. It's not a chatting platform. It's not about IMing. It's not about texting. It's a media stream. It's a media source. And you have to think of it as more of the people's AP wire. It's you are the editor. And if you do not like what is coming across your wire, then it's your fault. It's your problem. You have to correct it. And how do you correct it? You follow other people that offer quality information. It's impossible to follow everyone. It is. You can't watch all of your cable TV stations at one time, can you? And you're never going to follow and keep up with everybody who's tweeting. And that's why it's okay to have thousands and thousands of followers as long as the people that you're following, that you are following, are offering quality content to you that you feel is of value. If you're following people just to get them to follow you back, that's unhealthy, and you're just going to get a gobbledygook, worth nothing media stream. You want a refined quality media stream, just like the people that are following you. They're following you for a reason, because you are offering good information, and they will stop following you if you're offering bad information. So what do? I often will just share little words of Rosh wisdom for what they're worth, ideas, thoughts, the happenings of the day, things that may concern other photographers and other photographers who are interested in social and new media and digital media. I might share a tweet. And what's really powerful about this, again, I have 1,727 followers, and that's wonderful. Again, I can't keep up with all of them. I can't keep up with the 1,500 people I'm following, or close to 1,600. And of course, there is a discrepancy there. I'm not following the same number of people as there are following me. Because a lot of the people, some of those people that I'm not following are just people that are spammers or just not offering anything of interest. They just were trying to collect numbers, and it was very obvious. I didn't see the word photography or social media. I really depend on biographies, and I'll show that to you in a moment. Okay, so let's say I tweeted something, and I have 1,700 followers, but if I tweet let's say one of my posts, say through Bitly, and I have a whole post on Bitly, that's bit.ly, and it's a great place to track and follow who clicks on and how often your links are clicked on and who is retweeting them. It's very powerful, and it's certainly worth checking out. But what you can do is see who is retweeting. And let's say I know yesterday, for example, that, here, Blello, Mandy retweeted one of my posts from yesterday. And as you can see on Mandy's post, she has 13,000 followers. So when she retweeted my post, it went to my 1,700, and maybe 0.5% to 2% of those people actually saw it and or maybe clicked on it. Well, she has 13,000, and fortunately, Mandy has a lot of followers that might be interested in what I have to say. She's very much involved in the freelance space, and people who are interested in freelance. And photographers are big freelance people, and a lot of the things I talk about are business and art and photography. So a lot of people might be interested. So I had another 13,000 people that had the opportunity to take a look. So that is the power. And then out of that 13,000, there may be more people who retweeted. And they did. And they retweeted her tweet, and it's been excellent. So part of my media stream, to help clear this out, I also have saved searches. And right here, I have photography. And I can see what's hot on photography, the latest information on photography, because basically this information on Twitter is a lot more current than what you often will find on Google. Google has its place, but for the current information, usually you want to go to the search on Twitter, and I would suggest that it's much more powerful than Google. I can check and see what's being said about New Media Photographer, what's being said about me. Is there information related to me that I might want to follow up? Maybe I didn't catch something in this space right here at the @ New Media Photo. Maybe it fell through the cracks. Maybe somebody is saying something about me. Here's some stuff about Rosh Sillars. That's great. And see, as you can see, they don't have the @ New Media Photo in here. So it's good to know that this person was sharing information about me with other people. And if it's really good, you can thank them. Another very powerful opportunity in social media and media streaming. This is just a micro blog. It is just sharing 140 characters with everyone. And if it's just a thought, that's great. If you want to add a link, that's wonderful. And again, you follow the people that have quality information, and you send out quality information, hopefully, to the people that are following you. I started Twitter in June of 2007. And for a year and a half, I just followed about 35 people. And during that time, I really thought more of it as a chat client. And so I'm not throwing stones when I talk about that. But it really took some time. It took a few events for me to really understand that it was more than that and how powerful it was. And so I started tweeting good quality information. And from last November till now, I've organically grown to about 1,700 people. And again, I'm very proud of that. And I'm not using robots, and I'm not clicking on every single person that says photographer in front of in the retweets and tweets that I see. I really work at it, and I really think about who I'm following and don't follow people just for numbers. So again, the quality of my followers is very high in my opinion. And this is direct. This is DMing. And unfortunately, it really has turned into a spammy place. And as you can see here, two people who have the same thing, 1,600 followers and 90. This is a reply to me after I followed them. I mean, it's just spam. Obviously, these people have been unfollowed because that's not what I care about. No, I don't want 1,600 followers or 16,000 followers in 90 days because chances are they're all going to be robots back. When you do stuff like that, people see through it. And the only people that are left still following you tend to be robots. And trust me, you can't sell much to robots. Okay, I think that's about it. What I'm going to talk about now. I'll talk more about New Media Photographer, on New Media Photographer, about Twitter later, and actually other applications. If you find this useful and have specific questions, I'll incorporate those questions into my presentations. I'm also going to have presentations in the community at prosperousartist.com as we relaunch it over the summer. Yeah, it's coming back. And so right now, of course, it's always free on New Media Photographer. And the community at Prosperous Artists will have a whole bunch of videos like this that will help guide you through social media if you feel you need some other ideas and thoughts on the topic. Well, thank you so much for watching. My name is Rosh Sillars. This has been a video from New Media Photographer on the topic of Twitter. You have a great day.